A few years ago, and up until this point, I'd only told my defense attorney this story, but since he blew it and I'm going to Jackson State for a while, I might as well blow this wide open on YouTube for all the kiddies to enjoy. A few years ago, I was doing caricatures at Cedar Point, and I decided to take a time out, grab a hot dog, and wait in line to ride one of the roller coasters. And I don't remember the name of this coaster that I eventually rode on. All I remember is that it was big and green, and it wasn't worth the wait. Anyway, an hour and a half later, I finally get on this ride. Well, this was a huge mistake because it was my first roller coaster ride, and I wasn't prepared for it. I should have worked my way up through all those old, rusty, dangerous carnival coasters operated by prisoners before I hopped on this monster. And by this point, my fully loaded hot dog was burning through me like lava. And that's a bad combo: fear and unstable intestines. Anyway, the ride gets going, and after we make the second big spooky plunge, I have an accident. I totally unload my pants, and it's seeping through my jeans. 10 seconds after I exploded, and then my pants were more brown than blue, and this enormous, disgusting woman clamped down beside me who looks like a garbage bag full of cottage cheese. She's filming my accident. She caught it on tape with her little flip cam. Well, after the ride stops and we dismount, I quickly grab this blue tarp that's covering up some old coin-operated children's ride that no longer works, and I wrap this tarp around my waist to cover up my embarrassing pants that are loaded with crap. Well, I'm halfway through this when that Blob who filmed my accident comes oozing up to me, and she says she's going to put the footage up on YouTube. And I said, "Don't do that, whore. That might go viral, and that'll be embarrassing." Then she tells me that she is a whore, and that the only way that she'll delete this footage is if she gets to film me making out with her armpits for 2 minutes, and she gets to upload that video to YouPorn. I say, "No, that's all right. I'll just kill you instead." And so we had a good laugh about that for a second. Then I say, "Okay, sure, let's do this, but let's do it in the back seat of my El Camino." So she accompanies me to said back seat. And once we're seated, I pull off the 12-gauge Mossberg I had taped to my ribs. I blow her head off, wipe down the vehicle's windows, drive what's left of her back to my grandma's house, slice her body up with a big knife, wrap the individual parts in garbage bags, and then I spread them all over garbage receptacles across town, just like I'd learned watching those Richard Kuklinski interviews. Then I go to Subway. I order a 12-inch veggie delight on wheat with all the vegetables except for black olives and cucumbers, and I top it off with oil, vinegar, mustard, and oregano, and that's to go. Cut it in half, jerk, cut it in half, jerk, and get it right. Get it right. No tomatoes falling out when I unwrap it. Bobby Fischer,